These 15 jobs can make you a millionaire. In today's world, there are many different ways to make $1 million. It may not be easy, but it's certainly not impossible if you play your cards right. You can even make your first million at what many would consider to be a regular job. That's why, in this video, we'll be looking at 15 different career paths that could lead to becoming a millionaire, some predictable and some that may surprise you. Corporate lawyer. Anyone who's turned on a television in the last couple of decades can probably tell you that lawyers make good money, and a lot of drama if Shonda Rhimes' empire of shows is to be believed. Corporate attorneys are near the top of the pecking order in terms of average annual salary, making an average yearly income of $163,361 per year in the US, according to a 2019 article by Indeed.com. And that's just the national average. Successful corporate lawyers working for large law firms in big cities can earn much higher annual sums, taking in as much as $300,000 per year. Even at the average salary of $163,000 a year, someone who's wise with money could make themselves into a millionaire in about a decade, while those making higher sums could spend $100,000 a year and still be a millionaire in 5 years, or less, with a little smart investing. It's not exactly easy or fun work, and it does require getting into and attending a good law school. But if you want to be a lawyer and are willing to spend your days brokering deals for big corporations, you could be rolling in dough before you know it. Hedge fund manager. When it comes to careers widely associated with big money and suits, this is probably one of the top. Managing a hedge fund may not be something you can just wake up and do, but the career path to get there is pretty clear, and if you do, it can be incredibly lucrative. The top hedge fund managers can make more per year than even top CEOs, with highly successful managers making as much as $4 billion per year. How do you get there? Usually, it involves majoring in finance or going to business school, spending time working as a financial analyst, and working your way up. Now, the world of high-risk, aggressive investing isn't for everyone, but if you're willing to put in the work, even managing a smaller-scale, lower-risk hedge fund could make you a millionaire in no time. Software developer. The tech field is a rapidly growing industry, and jobs for software developers, the people that think up and build new software, are only continuing to multiply. Software developers have a less than 2% unemployment rate and make a median annual salary of over $100,000, with highly successful developers making millions. If you develop and sell a popular app, you can be set for life. And just working a regular job at over $100K per year can get you to millionaire status the slow way, as long as you're smart with your money. If you've got a creative mind and a strong attention to detail, software development could be a great fit to get you where you want to go. Performer. And then there's the entertainment industry. Admittedly, it can be tough to make it big as an actor or singer, almost impossibly tough, but those who do can collect massive paychecks. This is not a field with any guarantees of big paydays, so you may not want to pursue it unless you'd love to perform even for little or no money. But if you have a talent, it's worth putting yourself out there. The most successful stars in music, TV, and film make millions in a single year. And with the proliferation of streaming services and new media, there are more job openings than ever for dreamers with a creative streak. You can even make money as a YouTube star if you have the luck and skills to make it big. So why not give it a shot? Director. One of those jobs that's less thought of and may be a little less glamorous, but still in the entertainment industry, a director can take home massive paychecks. That's true not just of film directors, the auteurs we think of when we think of directors, but also directors for TV, commercials, even online branded content directors can make $1,000 in a day. Of course, this is another one of those fields where you'll need a combination of talent, education, and experience to get that pay grade, but if the idea appeals to you, it's an attainable career to pursue that's perhaps less thought of, and therefore a little less saturated than, say, the acting profession. And if you do hit it big, you might just be able to make millions. Professional athlete. It goes without saying that successful professional athletes make large sums of money in a year. Unfortunately, it's the kind of career that you need to train for from a young age, and you'll have to have a combination of talent, skill, and luck to really succeed. So if you're not already playing football or competing as a gymnast, it might be a little too late to get famous enough to get an endorsement deal. But you never know. If you have an undiscovered talent for some of the less age-dependent sports like curling, bowling, or arm wrestling, you might yet be able to make the pros. Plastic surgeon. Moving back into the realm of careers you can go to school for, surgeons are usually well compensated for their work, and specialists like plastic surgeons can draw a particularly large paycheck. According to Medscape.com, plastic surgery is the highest compensated specialty, with an average income of around $450 to $500K per year. Making that kind of money, you could become a millionaire in just a couple short years of nipping and tucking. Of course, you'll need to go through years of training to get there, and you'll need to be able to stand the sight of blood, but for those with the stomach for it and the dedication, becoming a plastic surgeon can really pay off. Anesthesiologist. Looking for a medical specialty that's a little lower impact but still highly compensated, anesthesiologists, people who select and administer anesthesia, and pain medicine around surgery, who, by the way, also have to be trained intensive care and emergency medicine physicians, make an average of $392,000 per year. It may not be the $500,000 that plastic surgeons can pull, but it's not that far off. Dentist. You may be surprised to see dentists on this list, but it's true. The average salary for your run-of-the-mill dentist is between $125,000 and $177,000, with specialists making much more. Orthodontists make, on average, $289,000 per year. Pediatric dentists make over $304,000 per year, and oral and maxillofacial surgeons make an average of $448,140 per year. Not bad for rooting around in someone's mouth for a while. That said, dentists also have a relatively physically difficult job as white-collar professions go, and the long-standing rumor that dentists have a relatively high suicide rate hasn't been successfully debunked. So proceed to dentistry school with caution. Investment banker. In the same vein as hedge fund managers, investment bankers are some of the folks known for making big money on Wall Street. But what do investment bankers actually do? Essentially, they work for financial institutions, and their job is to advise companies, corporations, governments, and other entities on how to raise capital. Similar to a hedge fund manager, you'll need at least a bachelor's degree with classes in finance, accounting, and business administration, and a master's in business administration or other related fields is not uncommon among those in senior positions. Most investment bankers then start as entry-level analysts and work their way up. An entry-level position in investment banking will usually start around $70 to $150K, while top-level officials make anywhere from $350,000 to tens of millions of dollars per year. If you're looking to become a millionaire, finance is a good place to be. Actuary. Just the word actuary may be enough to make some people yawn, but did you know that experienced actuaries can easily make six figures a year? Actuaries, in case you don't know, are people who assess and manage risk, essentially functioning as analysts and advisors. While the profession is often associated with the insurance industry, that's only one subsect of actuaries, called life actuaries. However, the job isn't limited to assessing human lives and the likelihood of someone's death. A grim position, to be fair. Non-life actuaries are often employed in assessing financial security systems, analyzing securities offerings, and other sorts of enterprise risk management. And while the average salary for actuaries is a little less than $100,000 per year, top actuarial executives can make $500,000 per year. Either way, becoming an actuary may be lucrative than you would have thought. Air traffic controller. Another entry you may be surprised to see on this list. Air traffic controllers are highly paid for their sometimes high-pressure work. And perhaps most excitingly, the job takes less formal schooling than most other careers that can help you become a millionaire. The median annual wage for air traffic controllers, according to the FAA, is $127,805 per year, and raises come with seniority. To begin training, you'll need to take a pre-employment test, pass security clearance, and take a medical exam. In the US, you need to be a citizen of the United States, have at least 3 cumulative years of bachelor's degree level schooling, and speak fluent English. You also need to be 30 years old or less when you apply. And that's it. Interested? Take a look at the FAA's website for key aptitudes, and if you fit the bill, you could be on your way to guiding planes and making bank. Real estate brokers and agents. First things first, not all real estate agents and brokers make large sums of money. The average salary for an agent is $55,530, and for a broker only a bit more at $80,420. That said, the top 10% of earners in the field make much more. The median salary for real estate agents and brokers working in the upper echelons of real estate is $178,770, putting them well on their way to making more than $1 million over the course of their careers. And, of course, even bigger money can be made in real estate investing if you can get there. Petroleum engineer. Perhaps you're a more science-minded individual looking to make your millions. Of all the fields of engineering, petroleum engineers take home the highest annual median pay. Of course, not everyone wants to work in natural gas and crude oil these days, what with the world coming to an end thanks to climate change, but if you do, you may be able to make a very healthy paycheck. The annual median pay for a petroleum engineer is around $130,000. So if you want to work on the engineering side of exploring, extracting, and producing oil, this field could be a perfect fit and set you on your way to making $1 million or more. You'll just need a degree in engineering or two first. Entrepreneur. Last but certainly not least, one way to make your first million is by starting your own business. Of course, not every business becomes profitable, yet alone makes millions, but plenty do. If you have a great idea and are willing and able to put in the sweat, blood, and tears, becoming an entrepreneur is one of the most accessible ways to make big money. Just make sure you read up on how businesses work and do plenty of research before investing your time and money into an idea. And going to business school couldn't hurt if you have the opportunity. As you can see, there are many paths to becoming a millionaire, and these are just a few of them. The most important thing isn't even how much you make, it's how much you save and how you invest your money when you are making it. It may be easier to save the more you make, but a prudent saver will beat a big spender to having $1 million in the bank every time. What do you think? Do any of these careers appeal to you? Do you have what it takes to make $1 million? Sound off in the comments, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content like this.